Jared Tech. In this section, we're going to look at how we can create this full stack e-commerce application using Flutter, and for backend, we're going to be using Python. So in this instance, we're going to be using Django and Django REST framework to do most of our backend heavy lifting. Okay, so this is our dashboard. Our dashboard for our backend. So everything is simplified if we have a dashboard, adding products, adding brands, adding categories, managing addresses, managing users, managing orders, managing notifications, ratings, and wish list. So it's going to be a hell of a project. It's going to be a good one as well. So those with a little bit of knowledge in Django, Python, this is good for you. And those ones without, then that's okay either way, because we're going to start everything from bare bones up until we have a full stack application. And on our Flutter side, we're going to be using Provider as our state management. We're going to be using Provider, that's Flutter and Provider. And on the back end, we're going to use Python, Django, and Django REST framework. Okay, so this is our application. Everything is functional. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you a tour of the application before we start working on it. As we work on the application, probably we're going to be revisiting probably when we are designing and when we are putting functionality, just to show how the functionality is going to work and how we're going to do it. So it's like we're just going to have like a real life example before we do something, and then we do it. Then at the end of the lesson or lecture, we do have a proof of concept. Okay, so let's jump right ahead and see what we get. So on our front end, we do have this beautiful home screen. In our home screen, we do have our location and we have our notification count. So this notification count is the count of notifications that we are receiving from our backend, right? So if we click on it, this is the list of orders that I've placed when I was running a test. Okay, so taking a look at it, we do have 9 notifications. So I just want to get this out of the way before I start explaining on other features. Okay, so if we click on a notification, this is what we get. This is the order that belongs to the notification that we clicked. And if we go back to our home page, then that notification is no longer there and our count has been decremented to 8. So this happens each and every time that we open a notification, we're decrementing count. So this list is for the notifications which are unread. Okay, or read notifications are not going to be listed under notifications. Okay, so next we do have our address. So our address is the shipping address that we do have here. So this is our default address, right? So if we take a look, this is the same address that we do have over here. So if we go back to our shipping address and we set this address as default, and then we go back, then our address is here automatically changes. Okay, so that's it for the address. We are going to explore a little bit more when we get to the address part. Okay, so for search, if you press on search, we're taken to a different page where we are going to search for something. So we're going to search for Converse. If we hit search, then the last item that we searched is placed here as history, and this is the item that we looked for, Converse. Okay, so if we come here and search for Adidas, we do have an Adidas Ultra Boost, and our history here is Adidas. So that's how our search function works. If we click on the product, then we are taken to the product. Okay, so down at the bottom we do have a slider. So here, the slider, you can change the images, but for now this is the image that I have. You need to do a little bit of designing if you are to get into it that much. And for categories, here we do have categories, but our categories are dynamic. Though we're using Python, we're going to be saving our data as dynamic, especially on our home page, because we don't want our data to be static. Okay, like for instance, we have 50 categories, and in our homepage we are only showing 5 categories. and those 5 categories are static. So we need to make them dynamic. Each and every time that we refresh state, we're going to get a new set of categories. For now, I do have 5 categories, but just to, as a proof of concept, each and every the state changes or that we reload the page, then these categories are going to be reshuffled. Here, our first one is jackets. So if we go back, now the data is reshuffled. So we are using the same approach when it comes to our products as well. So here we have all products. That's a list of 20 random products that we're going to have on our screen. And for popular is going to be the same, but popular is going to be products which are rated, which has a higher rating. That's 4 to 5. And this is unisex. That's clothes or items that are for both genders, or women and males. And we also have male, but in our male section, we don't have anything as yet. So this is what our empty page is going to look like. So if we go to women, we have 1 product. If we go to kids, we only got 1 product. So that's how our page is going to look like. Okay. So if we go to popular, these products, they do have a high rating. So these are the products that are being shown here. If we go back to all, then our first product is Adidas Ultra Boost, right? So let's go to popular and go back. So our data is changing. Now our first product is Louis V trainers. So our data is changing. So this whole stuff is we're going to take care of it in our backend, and then we can just save the data dynamically to our front end. So this is all for our home page. Next, let's go ahead and introduce our wish list. So this is our empty wish list. We don't have anything in our wish list. So let's take, for example, we want to add these Louis Vuitton trainers to our wish list. So if we press here, this product is in our wish list already. So we come here, this is all the product that we have. And if we come to our dashboard wish list, this is the same product, right? So here we can remove the product by just clicking favorites again. So to be removed from our wish list. And if we refresh our dashboard over here, the product is gone. We can do it here. So Converse, we added Converse. Let's refresh our dashboard. After refreshing our dashboard, we can remove, right? So this is the Converse that we added. Since we removed from this page, from our wish list, it's gone in our dashboard as well. So that's how it's going to work. And we can as well add this product to our wish list from the product page. Okay, so now we added the product from our product page. It's here. And if we remove it and refresh, it's gone as well. Okay, so that's all when it comes to our wish list. Now we need to move on to our cart. Okay, so in our cart, we just need to go ahead and select the product that we want. Let's take, for example, we need this Adidas Boost size 10, and we're going to pick the gray color, right? So we're just going to add this product to cart. After adding the product to cart, our count will increment. Initially, the count was 3. Now the count is 4. If we come to the cart, let's see, we do have carts over here. So this is the product that we just added, the Ultra Boost, which is the one that is on top here. Okay, so let's press back over here. This is the product. So we need to delete the product. If we need to delete the product, we can just select the product and delete the product, or just go ahead and press delete. If we delete, the product would be gone. If we refresh our dashboard, that product is gone from our dashboard as well. So here from our cart, that's where we are eligible to check out. Okay, so let's take, for example, we want to check out these 4 Chuck Taylors, not 4 Chuck Taylors, but we need to select 2 items. This is the first item. If we select an item, then we are shown this checkout total. From this checkout total, if we click on it, we are eligible to go to the next page so that we can complete our checkout. So here we can able to check out multiple products. For example, I need to check out these 2 last products, and this is our total. And if we click on checkout, these are our products, the ones that we want to buy, is it? And right on top, we do have our shipping address. So we are eligible to change our shipping address, right? So if we press on change, then we'll see this bottom sheet showing up. And from this bottom sheet, we have to select the address that we need to ship the products to. In this instance, I need to change from Brooklyn to Union Square. Okay, so let's say I pick Union Square. If I pick Union Square, bottom navigation bar is going to go down, and then it's going to close, and then that's the address that we're using. Okay, so from here we can continue to payment. Okay, so this is our Stripe checkout page. If we click on details, these are the details of the products that we push to check out, right? So we have this boost, and we have the Louis V trainers, and down at the bottom we do have this delivery fee. This delivery fee is automatically assigned from the backend, so from the payment server. So our price will go up from 78 to 88. So over here, what we need to do, we need to enter the information. That's 888.com. Then here we need to put the test card. Let's go ahead and put the expiration, CVC, enter a name, and we enter the code, and then we can process our order. After order has been placed successfully, we are going to be redirected to success page like this one. So we are on the success page, and our notifications has been sent. When we started ordering, our count was 7, so now our count should be 8. So let's go to home. If we go to home, our count is 8. So if we click here, 24 seconds ago, we do have a notification that came in. And if we go to orders, right, this is the order that we just placed. We have the Ultra Boost, and we have this Louis V trainer. So here, from here, you can review the item that you just ordered, right? Like review. Okay, so if you're reviewing this Ultra Boost, we give it a 5. Let's give it a rating. Before we give it a rating, let's check it got a rating of 4. Okay, so here our rating should be 4.5. If we give it a rating of 5, let's write a review. Anything will do, and submit the review. So after submitting the review, then we won't be able to review the same product again, since we've reviewed the product. And if we go to rating Ultra Boost, we do have a rating. So probably this is the first rating of the Ultra Boost, so probably our rating is going to be 5 if I'm not mistaken. So if we go back and we go back to our products, Ultra Boost, our rating is 5, right? So that's okay. We go back. The next thing that we do have, we have a Louis V trainer, right? Louis V trainer. Here our rating is 5. So let's say we are going to rate this shoe that we just bought, and we're going to give it a rating of 4. So our rating is going to be 4.5 if I'm not mistaken, since we have 2 ratings. That would be this one and the next one that we're going to submit. Okay, so our product is rated. If we refresh, so we have another one for Louis V trainer here. And if we go back to our home page for Louis Vuitton, then here our rating is 4.5, right? So that's all when it comes to our orders and ratings, right? So if orders are reviewed, then you won't be able to review them again, okay? But if they're not, you can able to review the order, okay? So when it comes to our shipping address, we did illustrate a little bit, and we are able to delete the address. So let's take, for example, this address. It can be deleted, but for now, I cannot do that. So let's just go ahead and add another address. Give it a phone number. Just give a random address over here, and we're going to assign it, and we're going to submit. We're not going to make it a default address. Okay, so this is the address that we just added. So to delete, we can just press delete, and then our addresses gets refreshed. Okay, so and that's all for now. So most of the stuff we're going to be just taking a look at it when we're working on it. But for the introduction part, this is probably the important stuff that we're going to take a look at, right? So here we do have like sneakers in categories. This is the only category that got products, so products are showing here. So when it comes to pens, we don't have anything, so nothing is showing. So this is the basic introduction. Next, we're just going to go ahead, start a new project. And the approach that we're going to take, we're going to start by designing our front end, and then probably take care of the state management that we need to take care of before we jump into, that's the basic state management, which doesn't require REST APIs. And then we're going to work on our REST API. The third section, we're going to integrate the REST API to our front end. And then we can see like whether we can make any other adjustments that needs to be made with everything, all parts in place. Okay. So this is all. But for now, let's see. I'll come to this order. This order had 2 products, right? So if it has 2 products, these are the products. They're going to be shown in a list. And they're both reviewed, so we cannot review them again. Okay, so this is it. Let's jump in and start our new project and see how best we can work on it and how fast we can work on it. Okay,